All right, guys, down at the range today with the Springfield M6 survival rifle. And this is an old school survival rifle that's absolutely awesome. Now, the Springfield itself is actually a reproduction of the Ithacas made for the Vietnam War. These were folding 410 and 22 long rifle, shotgun rifle setups that were able to fold over, as you see here, and then snap into a rifle set up for the Air Force that somebody could pack away and utilize it to survive. The other cool thing is it's got a compartment inside the stock itself to hold all of your rounds. This particular version holds 15 rounds of 22. I've got some CB shorts in here as well, and 4 rounds of 410 shotgun. We're gonna be blasting a lot of different targets and talking about the positives and potentially even the modern practical purposes of owning something like this today, especially the modern Springfield version. This thing is absolutely awesome. I want to give a huge shout out to Beltway Gun and Pawn, located in Matthews, North Carolina. I picked this up over there. If you want more information about those guys, check the description below. Now let's get to blasting. So to load up the rifle itself, it's got a heavy duty all metal latch at the top, and this entire setup is all metal. So it's not a backpacking gun by any means, because this is rugged and robust. There's no wobble, there's no play, and the lockup is solid. It also has flip up sights right here, so you can do a peep sight or kind of a V-notch sight that lines up with that front sight. And to select what rounds you're going to fire, either the top barrel, which is 22, you'll pull this up and it will only fire the top barrel. You'll depress this down and it will only fire the 410. So you'll lift up this latch, break it open, and at this point we're going to load up both. This is actually a 3-inch shell of birdshot we're going to put in there, and a 22. This would be a good survival load. The 410 could take out birds, and the 22 could take out small game. So that's a pretty awesome option that you could load up in the stock. But let's get to firing. I'm going to put it on the 22 first, cock the hammer, and the trigger is actually right here. It's designed so you can use gloved fingers and either use it as a trigger or just squeeze it down. Let's fire this first shot. The recoil is non-existent on a gun like this. And the other cool thing is if you wanted to load up another 22, you can simply open it up, pop out the shell, load a 22, and keep firing 22s without ever firing the 410. Or you can simply depress that button down, cock it back, and fire the 410 birdshot. Now, that had a little bit more recoil, but overall, it's working out absolutely great, and it functions really good. And to remove the spent shell casings, the little extractor right there pulls it up. You're not going to do speed reloads, but it works out really well. So we've got some more rounds loaded up, and I'm going to be firing at some steel, and we'll see how accurate the little 22 is, and then we'll swap it over to that 410 shot. Pop that center, no problem. Depress it down. Now the 410. This thing is awesome. This is incredibly versatile and again, really practical for a survival rifle now. Imagine the wide variety of shotgun shells you can put in here. Slugs, buckshot, and birdshot, and it again holds 4 in the stock. You can also get less lethal options. This is actually a rubber buckshot round from FireQuest, so you can have a wide variety of applications for almost every survival situation. And I want to try something right now. This is a CB short. I did a video on shooting quietly without a suppressor. When you fire these through a closed breech gun, they are really silent, traveling at about 710 feet per second, so enough to take out the squirrel. So if you're sniping things, super secret, if you're behind enemy lines or surviving in the zombie apocalypse, these are going to be awesome. I'm not even going to use hearing protection. We're just going to fire at that sun-kissed bottle full of water, and we'll see what a little CB short does. That is so quiet, but it's still potent enough to bust out both sides of the bottle. So now we're going to pretend the Sunkist is a zombie head, and I've got some zombie rounds from FireQuest. These actually have number 4 buckshot, copper shot, and number 4 buckshot. Again, I've got one loaded up in the survival rifle. Let's blast this zombie head. That thing is awesome. Now we're going to be shooting at this spinner setup from Shooting Target 7. This is a pretty slick option, and the largest circle is only 1 inch in diameter, about the size of a squirrel head. Let's blast it. Got it. This little guy is a tack driver and plenty accurate with the peep sight to really snipe out your targets for a survival situation. In summary, guys, this is a cool reproduction of the older Ithacas used in Vietnam, and I believe it still has practical functions today. Especially as a bug-out gun, a truck gun, or an ATV gun, this is pretty slick because you can take small game with a 22 and larger game with slugs from the 410. Again, it chambers up to a 3-inch shell, so this actually packs a punch with a 3-inch slug. They also offer a wide variety of 410s with the introduction of the Judge, which is a revolver chambered in 410-45 long Colt, so there are so many defensive options. The ability to switch from a precise peep sight allows you to hunt varmint in a survival situation and flip to that notch V sight, allowing it to just get a quick acquisition shot with a 410 bird shot and different things inside the air, or even if you wanted to take out a squirrel with a 410, it's incredibly possible. The weight mitigates most of the recoil, but it kind of slows it down from being a backpack gun. But the fact that this folds up and does fit into a backpack, it's not insanely heavy that you couldn't do it. It's just not like one of those lightweight survival rifles. I really love the fact, though, that it does have a compartment in the stock to hold all of your rounds, and that latch is solid with a rubberized butt piece right here, and it's got some spots for a sling. And honestly, if I was truly using this as a survival rifle, I'd wrap up a bag of 22, maybe even some 410, put them in here, wrap some duct tape over it, and you would be good to go. Maybe put some rubber bands around it to hold it together, and this thing would be the perfect little bug out gun, camp gun, or survival rifle. And you still get that feel of the Vietnam era survival rifle. We're gonna fire these last 2 rounds. I've got a 22 loaded up as well as a 410 3-inch bird shot. This thing has been so much fun. Definitely check out Beltway Gun and Pawn. This one actually heading back, so you might see it there. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.